go again. You think by now I'd know better. Locked in my head, romanticizing forever. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? My God, don't we look good together? I should be running away, but so what, whatever. Oh, oh. Last love I found, knees met the ground and all my roses died. Swore I was through, but looking at you, I think I changed my mind. Yeah, let's fall in love for the fun of it. Dive in at first and all of it. Oh, what a rush looking into your eyes, playing it off like it's different this time. Let's break our own hearts for the fun of it. One look and I'm dying to run the risk. I'll live in your head for the rest of your life. Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be my hopeless Valentine? Oh, won't you be
Hello everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. And this week, my weekly live stream, Cathy Makes a Card, that's me, it's on Tuesday. And I needed to do Tuesday because that was the day that was going to work for me and Altenew. And that is who we are celebrating today because Altenew is celebrating their 12th anniversary. And when you're a small craft company and you stay in business for 10 plus years, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. So we have Jelly today from Altenew, and I think I'm pronouncing that right, Jelly. You'll have to let me know, but I did my research. So she will be here to help answer questions or anything about Altenew because I have some promotions to share with you first and foremost before I forget. Not that I'm going to forget, but yeah, I have a new shirt. Side story. I just ordered a few things from J. Jill before my birthday month because they give you a 15%. And it arrived and I put it on. I'm not used to wearing things. It's kind of like a box t-shirt. I feel like I'm just wrapped in cloth, navy colored cloth. But you know what? It's going to be good. All right, let's take a look at the promo today, which was why I asked a question about organization. Because today, you get 50% off of the Altenew storage pockets, the 7.5 by 10 and 3/4. It is a 20-piece set. That is a lot of storage pocket power, and you can save 50% off today and tomorrow. The code is Cathy Annie. But a little side note, my middle name is actually Ann, so I was looking at the code thinking, Cathy Ann, how did they know? No, Cathy Annie for anniversary. And that is, yeah, Jelly's showing you that in the chat too. I have a link in the description right here on YouTube that if you, and I think I pinned it in the chat, if you click on that, the code will automatically apply at checkout if you want to get some. I love these pockets because they are big. They are sturdy. You can store everything together, right? Which is and I'll show you that in a minute. So anyway, that is the promo today that I get to share with you. Number 2, also, I get to share $30 off for the Secret Garden virtual retreat through April 10th. If you have been on the fence and you want to think about joining, you can, and you can save for our event in May. The cards I am making, I'm super geeked about. They're very fun, but there is a savings code. So thank you to Altenew for giving that to you. And I believe I have all of this information on my blog as well. So just wanted to throw that out and we are going to get started today. So let's go to the table. Now, here's the thing that's cool about these pockets, and I have a bunch of these in my closet. You know how sometimes you store things in, the 5x7 pockets, like your stamps will be in one and you'll tuck your die in. But when there's all these other things, I think it can be harder to keep them all together. And one of the things I like about these, they're reinforced on the back. They hold a bunch of stuff. And so we're going to use some of that today. So yeah, that's the pockets. And yeah, I reach for these a lot because they're great for storing things together. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, I'm going to use a couple different things today. And this is the Craft Your Life project kit. And I'm using the one, I think this is from March. This is the March release. But the thing is that you can subscribe to these kits. The Craft Your Life project kit, like if you sign up, I wrote it down, $16 you can save if you subscribe. So if you're a person who likes to have stuff come on in, that's what you do. Same thing with the other kit I'm going to be using today, but I want to start with some ink blending. So shall we? Shall we do that today? Okay, I'm going to grab my little mat. Okay. Now this is this little guy, this particular Garden Gala has a whole bunch of things in the kit. And the stencils are really cool because there's an arch. There are arch masks. There are these little, and I don't think I'm using this today for what I have planned, but there are masks for this stencil, and it's all in an arch shape. So I'm going to use the arch stencil itself today for my design, but I think this is a very involved little thing. There's also an embossing folder. I may try to work that in. I don't know what I'm doing yet. That's the fun. So this is one of those things where I went ahead and I stamped this large stamp. I just used some obsidian ink, okay? And I die cut it so that I could save a modicum of time. Modicum? All right. Anyway, welcome everyone. Not usually live on Wednesday or on Tuesdays, but that works out really well for me this week. I have to take someone to the airport tomorrow anyway. That person is my daughter, which means I get Frankie for the whole week. Okay, let's get this out. Making some crunchy good noises. This is parchment paper, and I think I learned that from Amy or Savvy or someone. And it has changed my life. So we're gonna get our sticky mat and we're gonna kick it off with some ink blending. So got my mat. How's everyone doing today? It's a beautiful day out. I don't know if you have been as obsessed with I have about the moon. At first I was kind of like, why are we going to the moon again? We didn't moon. But then the more I learned about the mission and the astronauts and the program, I'm like the moon girl now. Okay, so this is my image that I have stamped, and I'm going to grab the stencils for this. That is one, number 2, and I believe that is number 3, and these stencils are for the smaller one. Okay, so we're gonna blend. Now I picked some colors today that shouldn't surprise you. Got some pinks, got some fun things. I have, I don't know what that was. I have all of my beautiful brushes, and yes, I freaking love this thing because it's easy. It fits into one of my little drawers that I have for my, what is it called? I have an Alex unit, and you know how you can get drawers that go into it? They fit inside there. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna just start adding some color. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about, I don't know, crafting, life. And I'm going to start here and line up my guy. Now, I decided to cut it out first just because, I don't know, sometimes I feel like when you cut out first, it's just a little easier to see what you're doing. Yeah, it's not quite there. Hold on. And I kind of prefer that so that you at least know you stuck the landing on the cut. But I'm also going to grab something that I did not put in my supply list, and that is these. So these are the Stamp Wheel 2.0 like centering guides, alignment guides, and I keep them magnetized to a little rolling cart that I have here. But the thing is, they work great for masking when you want to protect areas of your stencil. So for example, I don't want anything but pink. Let's get you right there. And so I can seal it down, seal in the freshness, and then up here, I can isolate that little guy there. And you clean them as you go, just like you would, but instead of using a lot of different materials, right? You're just using masking stencils. So I will add that to the list because I use these all the time. And sure, you can use paper Post-it notes or whatever. You could even, throw some satin tape on or whatever, but we're gonna do this. So let me pick a brush for my first color, and I'm just gonna come in first with some rose quartz. Now I stamped these this morning. Part of the reason I did them early is I didn't want to wait for anything to have to dry, the obsidian ink, and I didn't want to hit it with heat because I like to let things dry naturally. So all I'm going to do is and please ignore this. This is not supposed to be emerald. So there was a time when I was going to have a brush for every color that I owned. Then I realized I don't have enough space for that. And so I just decided, you know what? I can look at these and I can tell what color is what. I don't know why that one's there. I think that one actually is supposed to be there. So that's what I do now. I just look for roughly the right color, and we're gonna blend. We're gonna bring some color on here because I want to have some pink flowers, and then I want to have a little green. Now here, I'm just going to put my finger down to hold that. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use my little perfect picker. I'm just going to bring that color in. So even though I think this image is very detailed and has a lot going on, it's actually a really simple image to color because it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all. All right, I'm going to come in here, add this pink. And see, I'm protected right to the edge there. Actually, I don't think that's going to move. I'll just blend on some color. It's good to be crafting today. I enjoy crafting. I think you all know that. Okay, now before I move this, even though there are more layers to come, I'm going to bring in my darker pink, which is Puffy Heart. But let me grab a small brush. I'm going to bring in one of the micro brushes because sometimes, let's stick you there, it's very nice to have the ability to take just a little, right? And I just want to add some kind of around the base area here. Even though I'm going to bring this color in, I want to blend it out on the petal a little like that. And then just go over like that. Okay, it's just a little. Just a way to get something going and bring a little depth like that. And then I'll pick this up. Oh, you can't really see, but I've got some on my mat over there. I'm just going to bring a little in here too. Just like that. Okay. That way, it's not just a super flat petal. Oh, let's do some with the brush side. Okay. There we go. And yes, thank you to Jelly for sharing that code again. It's Cathy Annie, and you can save. And I did test the link out, like the link that I've got set up will take it and take that off for you. And if it doesn't, just plug in that code. Okay, now I need to, that's fine, that's good. I didn't really get anything on here, so I'm gonna leave that there for now. I'm gonna pick up this guy and we're just gonna get some of our greens on here, all right? And I do recommend, if you are using a stencil material to mask, make sure you clean it, okay? I've got a little alcohol. I'm just gonna spritz it and wipe it. And I use this because it dries right away. And we like drying right away. And now let's get right there. You know, I may wanna go like that. Sorry, I whisper. I'm not saying anything crucial if I whisper, I promise. But here, now I can move into the greens and not have to worry that, you know. So let's get some Misty Sage and get a light green. The other thing too that I just do here is I just wipe it off like that. So then if I was blending something that was darker, I just look for something that maybe looks a little, not too dark. Yeah, jelly. These are, I've never used them for what they are designed for, but I keep them right off to the side, hanging so that I can use them at a moment's notice. There you go. All right, I'm going to bring this color in as my first color. I love this color. It's beautiful green. Muted, but it has a brightness to it. Like, it's not dull muted. It's more like a, I don't know. I really like this though. But then we'll add a few more details, of course, with the other stencils. So we're just bringing that up. Like that. Yep. Okay. Lovely. Layer 1, done. Also, welcome. If you're wondering, Cathy, why are you live today? Well, because it was a day that I planned with Altenew weeks ago, and we decided this is a good day. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to the airport tomorrow, so right around the time that I'm going live. And then I have to have Franklin, my grandkitty, in the car with me. And he does fine in his carrier because he's been transported in a cat carrier since his early days, but he still doesn't love it. Like, he'll start yowling about 15 minutes in, and then I feel really bad. So tomorrow he's going to be in the car for about 40 minutes. It'll be fine. He'll be fine. And then he'll come to my house for through Saturday and just basically ignore me, and that's okay. I love him. All right, layer 1 done. Let's peel and reveal this guy. Oh, so pretty, so simple, so pretty. And again, I'll come out here just so you can see the magic. I have my guy over here. I'm gonna spritz it. I try not to get this on the mat. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. My daughter's going somewhere fun to see a dear friend of hers, so that's good for her. Okay, stencil 1 done. Try to keep that alcohol off of here. Oh, hey, Barb, I see you there. Hello, my friend. And we're done with that. Okay. I'm trying to keep organized because when you plan multiple cards, it's kind of like, will I succeed today? I think I will. I have confidence. Okay. The other thing that I would like to mention as I line up stencil 2, one thing that Altenew has helped me to do is to become far more confident using florals. Now, some of you may always look at florals and say, oh, I've got them all the time. I'm going to replace that because I want to make sure it's good on the bottom. But I used to be somewhat intimidated by them. And then I started using coloring stencils. Just gotta move it and shake it. Hold on here. Where's my head? There's my head. I didn't lose my head. And yeah, I'm a little off still. It's gonna take me a second. You know what I could do? I could do the top and then worry about the bottom if I can't see it all at once. No, that looks good. Okay. They've taken the fear out of florals because I used to not really know, like, what do I do? What colors do I use? And the cool thing is, inside the package, you get these ideas. Is that the one with the stencil? For color. And I love when they're baked in. Okay, so for this leaf, I think I'm going to go a little darker. Okay, so I'm bring this in. And thanks for joining today. It was when I went live, I logged in and I saw so many different people live right down. I'm like, I think live is where it's at. A lot of content creators that I follow were live today. We're going to bring in Mossy Meadow. So we're going to get some different color green in here. I mean, it's part of the grouping, but we're starting on green now. Okay, bring you in. Like that. And it's you here. How's life in the chat? You know, when I do premieres, it's kind of fun because I can see what everyone's saying. But then when I do these types of lives, which are lives, I can't be as involved in the chat. But I am going to grab, do I want another micro brush? Yeah, hold on. I'm going to grab the number 10. It's a little, it's not as, yeah. And I just want to take a little bit of this green opal. Oh, I'm still zoomed out, but that's okay because then you can kind of see. I just want to bring it up a little like that, just to get some areas that definitely have a bit more depth than what I blended before. Okay, there we go. That's kind of cool. Like that. Okay. Welcome all. Welcome. It's good to have people. Thank you for watching. I got an upgrade to my software that I use for live streaming, which is great. But the upgrade is kind of weird because I can live stream to vertical formats, but I don't really want to. Yes, Sage and I believe Mossy Meadow. I think these are all part of the same 4 set. I could be wrong, but I think so. Sometimes I will grab different inks from different quadrants, if you will, just because I have a particular color in mind that I want to use. But today, I think these all come in together. All right, let's come in with, now here, I kind of want to just go Puffy Heart Dark. Okay, we're going to Puffy Heart it dark. So, Puffy Heart, you go there, grab a Puffy Heart brush, maybe this one? Yeah, that looks darker. And we're going to bring it in. Okay, and this will be a nice little dark base. Well, not dark, but dark little flowers in here. Honestly, I could even bring in another from this grouping. I might. Gosh, I love Puffy Heart. Okay. Like that. Okay. And then I could just take that pink brush and just darken it right there on the base. It'll be subtle, but it just adds a little something. Okay. You come up. And then don't forget, if you're starting to layer this stuff in, clean them off. Oh, hey, Cathy Clark. I have relatives in Colorado right now. They're in the Georgetown area. I actually have relatives who live there, my nephew, and some of our family my brother and sister-in-law are there on a vacation because his wife is a teacher and they're on spring break, so they're going out to see some of the relatives. It's a lovely place. It's a lovely place. Okay, see how just adding that little bit, that kind of added it and made it a little glowy? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Spritz and white. And look at how cool the leaves look with the, looking good. It's coming together. Okay, you go here. Now, let's bring this in because this has, okay, and there is an outline. See that? There's an outline that shows you number, well, this is A3 and A4. So these are for different parts of these flowers. And you know what? I do need to get that darkest color of pink. So let me grab it. I don't think I linked it yet. Where are you? Dun, dun, dun. Purple wine. Yep, okay. I just needed another little friend. So let's start at the top. And let's get these leaf parts done. That's, oh, in the center. Oh, what? Oh, I have an idea for the center. Okay, this will be fun. Because I want to put this on a panel, and that panel is going to be very pretty, I hope. So first things first, I'm just going to worry about this right here, right? We're going to take some of that Misty Sage. Let's just put that on there. That up here too. And at the base. So we have a little of that green up here. I don't even think this needs extra shading because they're small. But for the center, I need another brush. This is why This is why you get a lot of brushes, because I want to have this color in the center. Golden honeycomb. So I want to go with a yellow center. Hey, Andy. Good to see you here. And it'll all make sense when it all comes together, I hope. But just, you know, it's a little yellow like that. Well, it's yellow. It's yellow. Okay. The more I do this, the more I wonder if, am I going to get through 3 cards? Well, we'll see. Let's take green here. I guess that's all lined up. Wondrous. Good. Okay. See, the thing is, a stencil like this actually does help things come together pretty quickly. And I love that because this doesn't have a lot of very intricate things that are hard to line up. Is there a way, Anita wants to know, to have the email denoting our time zone? Well, I always say noon central in my emails, but YouTube itself, if you click notify me, they convert my start time to your time zone. And then technically they should email you. Now I know that doesn't always happen, right? I know that sometimes they get a little forgetful, but that is technically supposed to happen. Now see that little center area right there? I am going to take my smallest pink brush and I'm going to take this corner right there. Okay? Tack it down, tack it down. So see how I can mask that off? Now I can take purple wine because I do want this to be dark in the middle. Cathy has her own clock. That's hilarious. Yeah, so YouTube does the converting for you. Now, do they always email on time? Sometimes they don't. I have heard that from people who, well, you have to be a subscriber to my channel. I think you have to be logged in. I'm pretty sure. Now, see that guy there? Okay, we're just gonna wipe that away. And then I can pick this up. I can kind of go like, get all that extra ink off. And look at that. Then we just go there. And actually, I don't even know if I have a dark enough color for the scent. You know what? What if I just did pink? I'm gonna try that. Why not? We got a little yellow, and then we got a little pink. Because it'll mix together and kind of create its own color. All right. Going there, and now I have my basic blending done. And it's really simple. I mean, again, I love to go with pinks and greens, but I think that's really pretty. And what happens is these inks, when they dry, they just like smooth. Oh, thank you, Fern. So kind of you. Appreciate that. They dry and they're beautiful and they're smooth and everybody's really happy. So while that's doing that, I want to use one of the stencils, let's get some of these brushes out of the way, to create like a grounding panel. However, I want to do this right on my note card. Now, of course, well, I'm just going to lift it like that. There we go. This is a tip. If you feel like your die cut that you've been blending is a little sticky, just lift your mat and that kind of loosens it all, and then it comes up beautifully. This is a big image. I mean, there's my hand, human size, not gonna lie. But now I want to make my note card, and then I'm going to use, I'm gonna take, no, I can keep my mat here. Sure, it'll get sticky. But I'm going to blend my little stencil on with a shape on here, with that arch. So I'm going to score this right at 4 1/4, but I'm not going to fold it. Okay, so I'll have my score line like that, okay? I can see it, you can see it. This is really stuck. There we go. Now, just because I need to kind of visualize this, I'm going to grab that stencil. Where did you go? I'm going to take this arch that is just the arch, okay? And we are going to line this up. And as soon as I get it placed how I want it, oh, you know what? I need a piece of tape. I can't see the edge. So I'm going to place some tape on it. It's just going to be helpful to see. You can see, the people will know. There we go. okay? Because I don't want to fold it. I want to blend on this flat, and I think that's pretty close. So I think I will then line this up. Just get it as centered as I can on the space because I can't trim it once it's down because this is the actual note card. You know what I mean? All right, let's come over here so I have room for my ink pads. And visualize straightness. Come down. I think that looks really straight. I'm going to seal it. I'm going to take this off. I don't know why I just licked my fingers like this. And I'm going to use this. Come on back, satin tape. Oh, I tore it a little. Well, that's not good, Kath. I pressed it too hard. Hold on. Here we go. Go back the other way. Now I'm messing it up. You know, I'm giving this card away, so someone out there is going to have a piece of satin tape that tore. But here's what I'm going to do. It will hold here and hold it here. I don't want this to shift and move, so I'm taping it down like a surgeon. Then, just because I don't want to tear that on the back and I'm never sure how much pressure I have, I'm just going to do this. I buy my Post-it notes at Costco. Oh, you know what though? No, that's where the stencil would have worked great. Well, it's too late. Totally forgot. This guy here, that would have been perfect. All right, well, live and learn. Sometimes when I get in my head and I mess something up, I start to get panicky. Okay, we're gonna start with a very light color, okay, Peachy Glow. And I will take a big brush like this guy, okay? I don't have a ton of these. I have 8, and I put a little color bead on. It's an enamel dot. I don't know if that's the best way to do it because sometimes I can't see the color. And then I'm like, what is happening here? Okay, but we're good. All right, we're gonna put light at the top and just kind of bring it down. I wanted this color because if we're working in color wheel order, which that's what we're gonna do today, and you've got your pinks, right? Then you would go into your oranges. Red is red and the pink family, right? We add white to pink and we get our beautiful shades of pink. No, tints of pink, sorry. Shades are when you add black. But what I decided we would do today is just follow that order. So your flowers are pink and your base is going to be orange. Orangish. Some might argue these are more yellows, but I see orange. I see orange people, so that's what we're doing. I don't understand what those stencil strips are, Ruthie says, and why did you get, or where? These are from Altenew. I have not, okay. They are actually used to help you center things in the stamp wheel, which is great, but you can use them for purpose that they are not intended. I'll just show you again. I'm gonna take these off. You can use them to mask off, well, I'll just go this way, areas on your cardstock that you want to protect. That's all it is. But they work with the stamp wheel for centering things. And it's just great for this too. Okay. So I hope that explains it. But now I'm going to go Golden Honeycomb at the bottom, which isn't a lot darker, but it's dark enough. And you can even start to see it on the camera. It'll pick it up. We're going to darken it at the base. And then, my friends, we're going to think about spatter. Well, this is pretty good to be a half hour in. I mean, I might go a little long today. And if you're watching on rewatch too, I appreciate when you come back to watch. I know not everybody is working at the same time I'm working during the day. I wish I had that kind of energy to go live at night, but you know what? I just can't do it. I am a 7 o'clock and beyond kind of like, it's time to relax. It's time to have quietness and peace. And so I not never, but most of the time I do not go live at night. It's kind of like family time. You know, it's time that Dan and I get to watch our shows. We're watching Shrinking right now. I do love that show, but I find it just a little unrealistic. That's all. It's just, are people that witty in real life? Well, I don't know. Okay, I am going to lift this up. Now, while we are going here, we're going to think about, see, isn't that pretty? It's just a soft little guy that I have blended, and I'm going to clean this too, on my card. So now I have this beautiful little grounding arch that is going to kind of hold everything together. And I am going to clean these off. I have a funny story. I don't know if it's appropriate. It's not racy or anything like that, but it kind of shows you the kind of humor that floats around our house. There's a story that my brother-in-law once was, when talking about Dan's parents, my husband's parents, and his late father, who we adored, and his mother, sometimes my brother-in-law would accuse them of being penny wise and pound foolish. How many of you remember that term, penny wise and pound foolish? Like, you'll focus on all the little things, but maybe not see the big picture of financial stuff. I think it's a funny phrase, and it's old-fashioned, right? And so there was something that happened in the family, and I said about my brother-in-law, I said, well, it sounds like he's being a little penny wise and pound foolish. And we laughed. We laughed really hard about that, just me and Dan. It was just funny. And then as we're getting ready to go to bed, I said, yep, that's him. He's always going to Pound Town. And that is not what that means at all. We were laughing so hard that so it makes no sense, but we were dying, and I kept saying he's going to Pound Town, and Dan says, honey, I don't think that means what you think it means. So that's all. That's my story. Okay, see how fun this is? Oh, I love it. And now we have our note card base. I don't know, I just had to do that story. Going to Pound Town. And we were laughing so hard, both Dan and I had tears in our eyes. So you know how sometimes you just get that something that's hitting your funny bone so hard, because those phrases are not linked together in any way, shape, or form. I hope I don't get any thumbs downs for that. Okay, so now I have my beautiful note card. I am going to spatter it up. Let me just put, well, I don't want to, yeah, I guess I'll close this. I'm going to do a little, get some of that extra stick off. Pound Town, he's going to Pound Town. Oh, I just saw Laura Bella say she loves the pit. I love the pit. I told my daughter, I said, listen, you need something to check out with at night. Watch the pit. It's so good. And one of the dudes from Shrinking is now in the pit. So there's a lot of these actors are making the rounds. Okay. I'm glad to see Pound Town is coming in. Okay, it's such a funny phrase. So we need some ink and some water. Did I not get what I needed? I'm gonna grab, I guess, I'm gonna use this number 2. That might be a little small. I'm going to grab this number 4 round brush. Now you can do this with, you don't have to have the same size, but I do need my gouache. All right. So here, take a look at the gouache and let me grab some water. I forgot to get it before I went live, and I need some. Okay. There we go. Bathroom's right there. Easy to find. Okay. And I have another little treat today. Now, Jill M., are you out there today? Because I got some things for my birthday from some of you, and someone sent me this because I was commenting about, I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't get splatter on that. Someone sent me a new Splats box, and I thought it would be fun to take the box, because my other one was so warped and so messy. They don't last forever. And I'm going to stamp this on this side, because that's where I do, and I'm going to see how long it takes to cover that up. Okay, all right. So we're gonna add a little spatter to this card before I put my florals down. And I might stamp on here. You know what? I just realized something. If I want to use one of the stamps that curve, I'll show you these because they're so cute. Let me grab that stamp set. Hold on. I may have to wait on the spatter, but we're spattering. Make no mistake. But the stamps that I need, where did you go? Here you are. Okay. Step back for a second, Kath. And here. Let's look here first. And let's bring in the florals. Okay. And now, see, this is what's so pretty. It's so, like, I want this to take up the whole thing, although I don't know yet. I want to show you the greeting that I have for this. So I cut out the hugs. Okay, we'll get you here. I think that's really pretty. But I wanted to show you this. Look at these greetings that are curved that can fit right on. I love this because it goes that way. Now, if I figure out the placement properly, I can put that greeting up there and stamp it. So I think I'm going to do it. Yeah. While I'm here, though, where's my glue? I think I will glue these together just so that I have. See, sometimes I get ahead of myself and I don't know like what it's going to be until I get there, but I do know. There we go. That this is going to be pretty, I think. All right, let's get our hugs. Get it together. You know, part of me wonders too if I should double up my that, but I might just pop it up. Okay, and I might crop it, but I want to get let me get my mini stamp wheel out. Or not mini, but it's not a mini, but it is the original stamp wheel. And we're going to move this out. Now, one thing that is nice is when you stamp with the obsidian ink, it's so good, right? Let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to put you over on this side. Okay, I'm going to come up in here a little bit. I want to see where this greeting would be because I think thinking of you today, my friend, with hugs is a really lovely greeting. So I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to place this on the edge, but now forgive me and my big boxy shirt. I really do need this to be, I need to be like that. And the question is, do I have that go that way? I'm not sure yet because it's going to be a little hard to get that. Sorry, there's the head. Boy, I have a lot of gray hair. Yeah, I want that to be there, but then we'll have a little spatter. I think I'm going to do it, even though that's going to create an open space that's going to freak me out. So let me see here. What if I did hugs? No. What if I went this way? Now here's the thing. You can say to yourself, there we go. I'm going to try to make fetch happen. You know what I mean? And I think if we do it on yes, see that? We need something that kind of fills it in. So we're actually going to trim some of this off just so that we can work with this greeting, I think. What do you think? Okay, but that still needs to come here. And then that can come in here. Well, or that, like that. See that? See how we're kind of working with that greeting? Bling in the open space. Good point. Okay, I'm going to do it. Okay, now let's make sure that this is lined up. And I need to look right over the top to make sure that I can see the edge of that. Looks pretty good. And I'm going to take my stamp wheel. Where's my big? Oh, there we go. Pop it right there. And I'm going to pick that up. Now I will prime this just a little with my stamp conditioning eraser. I just want to see how this works in together. I think it's really pretty. I do need to be mindful of this, letting this ink dry properly and not getting too carried away. It's a wonderful crisp black ink, but you don't want to go crazy with it. And we're just going to stick press. So there we go. I'm just going to transfer it, and I think one is all I'm going to need, right? Yeah, I'm just going to press that again. I think that looks great. I don't think it needs another stamping. And now that I have that there, I can cut a little mask for it, because I don't want to get a splatter on one of the letter forms, because then it's harder to read. So let's do this. Shoot, I could have just done this right on here. Hold on. You can come up. Take the sticky side. Go like that. Door, come here. It'll make sense in a minute. Let's just do that. Pick it up. And I'm just going to stamp something that will dry very quickly. I'm going to make a mask. Oh, wait, what's going on in the chat that I'm missing, Roberta? Oh, use the old splat box today. We'll text you a... Oh, though. Should I? I love the new one, though. Okay. I'll do it. I was so excited. Oh, no, it's not here. I already broke it down and put it in recycling. I'm sorry. I don't mind. Just listen, the space in this room is at a premium, and I don't have it. I broke it down, put it in recycling, did that last week, because that's how I roll. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what we need? Coffee. Hi. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I don't think about keeping things longer than I should. Okay. Oh, that was good. So I apologize for that, not having the old one. It's all good. Okay. I won't, and I won't. You know what I'll do? I'll splatter onto something. How does that sound? Okay. So here, now all we're going to do is we're just going to cut this out as a mask. And it's just so that the letter forms stay safe from the splatter. That's all. Listen, I love splatter. I'm not going to lie. It brings me joy. I can't help it. But I don't like that ink to meld with the greetings that are stamped, because then it makes it harder for them to read. So if you just make like a little tiny mask, you can put it right down. And if you use a Post-it note, it has the sticky built into it. Oh, it's just lining the box? Yes, it's the exact same box that I had before. So let me get this lined up right here and make sure it's covering like that. That's going to be enough. Let me get this box out and I'll put some paper in it, because I don't want anyone to panic. We're going to line the box. Okay, we're going to fold it like that. I do have this paper that is, oh gosh, I have it all the time. It's very cheap copy paper. We're going to put that in here like this, okay? Now I still need to go over here. So Beth, I'm going to do that. Like, just line it with a paper. How about that? Like that? I just thought I was being fancy. Paper towel would be great too. Oh my gosh, it's almost 1 and I've only got 1 card gun. We're going to have to see how this goes. Paper towel would be a great one too. All right, we're going to make our mix. Doesn't take much. Love this stuff. We're mixing it up. Where did my lovely little brush go? Okay, I'm going to add a little water this way. You guys get over there. Did I glue that together? Yes, I did. I need to put that on with a brick. Hold on. Swish. Okay. Get my brush wet, swirl it around. And then we're just going to add our little bits of spatter. Now I always start over here. Tap, tap, tap. And then there, that's it. Well, maybe a little more. It's so funny, the spatter barely even touches, but there, right there. Okay, now I can put my brush in here and clean this up. Okay, I just wanted a little, because you know, it's pretty. All right, pick you up, try not to get it all over myself. Clean and clean. So there, I don't think I got anything on it, and if lining it would be a good idea, I can totally do that. And now I'll just lift this off, and that way my greeting up here does not get mucky muck. Okay, thanks for that tip. I mean, you know, I guess it will keep it from getting super warped, but you know it's gonna bum me out now that I put that stupid CZ Design stamp right off center. I don't, okay. All right, so now the beautiful thing about this is that it dries fast. So now all we have to do is figure out our placement here. And again, I think, well, shoot, this has to be, I want to come kind of like that so that this is bleeding off, but I think I'm going to put some foam tape on. Yeah, we're going to cut some little pieces of foam tape, okay? Because I think it would be very pretty. Now, Cheryl Folk, that is kind of you to say. I will tell you, the more you practice spattering, the better you get at it. It's just practice. And honestly, when you're doing something, you know what, I need bigger scissors. When you're doing something like this, you do this first, and if you mess that up, no big deal, right? You can totally just get a new note card, use some more paper. It's just paper, so you don't have to worry about a thing. I have a thinner width foam tape, but it's in the closet right now, so we're just gonna work our way with this and make sure that I don't go too far down. I guess I'll see in a minute. I like to give support where it's needed, but you don't need, you don't need every single one. Okay. You come here. And we'll just do that. Get some on here. So, oh, get in there. And here. So yeah, lining the box. Okay, I feel like that will extend it. It won't get as warped. Now, yeah, I've actually noticed other people I see in the chat. Do some of you out there use plastic bins? Like, I feel like Jennifer McGuire maybe does that. Like she has like those IKEA very era boxes. I think you know those kind, right? And I've heard tell that people use those as well. Now, before I get too carried away, we're going to come over here and we're going to figure out the placement. Hold on. Let's go here and here. We're going to come right to that edge like that. Okay? Because I want that to hit right there. So underneath here, I think we have pretty much everything we need. I don't think, and I'm going to put this on the hugs right now, I don't think I need to be much more elevated with these things. So let's take off the backers. Oh, Amanda, I will not be live tomorrow, and I did not switch permanently. I just needed to go live today because I had scheduled this with Altenew, and also I have plans tomorrow. I have to take someone to the airport, and there was no other time. And sure, she could have taken an Uber, but I'm like, you know what? I'm already doing my live on Tuesday, and so it will work. Oh, okay, Rochelle uses a plastic box. See, I've thought about that too. The only reason I use the Splats box most of the time, now that I'm saying this, I realize you could turn a plastic box on its side. My computer screen, my monitor is right, it's right here. Like it's so close to where I work that I have to clean off spatter every time I use the box as it is. So I feel like that I like that high back. Now here we're just going to do some daubs of glue so I have a second. I like the high back because it protects, but I suppose you could turn a plastic box on its side, like a big one, and do it that way too. All right, let me close you while I'm not using you. And we'll just place this. Now I'm not going to do my tweezers on this one because I really need to hold it and see where I'm at so that this guy makes sure that I can trim just a little off right there. I think this is going to work. I'm going to get it right at the base. Okay. So that is that. Ooh. And yes, we're going to put some bling on this because the stellar sequins are just too pretty to not use them. Okay. Oh, it's messy. It's messy in here. Now I'm going to trim this like this. Okay, Nicole Spohr uses a very large upright box and then washes it. Gosh, you know what? That is not a bad idea too. It's really not. Now that we've got these things placed, we're going to crop that excess off and it's going to just go right here on the edge. I'm going to get right here. And even if I take a little of the, what do you call it? The paper, we're going to go, oh, my handle came right off. And now we come in from the bottom. So I love doing that in general, but for those of you who have that Tim Holtz trimmer, does it ever just, like every time you do it, you never get used to it, that it comes off? Oh, love the crop. See, and the spatter, I should have said this while I was doing this, but I do try to sometimes go in opposite directions that I'm spattering. And I smeared a little right there, but that's okay. Does that make sense? Like you try to, instead of going with, sometimes I go against the grain. Okay, I'll cut you here. All right, we're almost done with card one, and that only took an hour. Honestly, oh my goodness, my sweet friend Jennifer McGuire, I often watch her lives even when I don't like pop in the chat because she's kind of a balm. She's a soothing balm to me. And I love to see her creativity at work because she truly does things that blow my mind. But I don't know how she gets so many done. I'm just going to say it. She's pretty amazing. And I don't even have to say, if you don't know who she is, you know who she is. She's fabulous. Okay, and now we're just gonna pop our hugs. Oh yes. Okay, but you know what? We need to double up. We need to double this up. And I'm actually gonna Cathy. Oh, that didn't work at all. I want to cover this back up with this because I want to make sure that it's gonna work. Okay. Release paper. Oh, no, see? It's always good to test what you are popping up with. And I need to cut this. I need to make it, let's see, here. This needs to be down lower. You got to have the right dimension at the right time. And I feel like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it. I love it. I really wanted to use some of the curved elements and the what do we call it? Oh, thank you, Catherine. That's kind of you to say. Catherine, who spells the end of her name like me the correct way. Okay, yeah. Because then, see, then you get a little bit of overlapping in the key parts. This should be supported enough. Oh, yeah. Liquid glue. Isn't that fun? Let's add some shine. I gotta grab some shine. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna grab. Now, Altenew has a really great new storage thing, and I have it somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, and again, I haven't linked these, but I will update the links after the live stream and all the things. Just give me 30 minutes because Beth and Emma both. Oh, welcome, Beth and Emma. Oh my God. They're my moderators. I didn't even thank you guys. Anyway, this came out before I got these, so I stored all of my stellar sequins in here. But these things are designed to stack and hold your sizes because the stellar sequins come in all these sizes. Anyhow, long story short, I was going to separate all of them and I started it and I'm like, I am going to lose. Do it when you buy them because they come individually and you can just put each one. So if you're like, oh, I would like to have a 2mm, you can do that. They're so beautiful. But this calls for some gold. So we're going to put some on. Let's pop them out. And let us see what is going to look good. So we got space for sequins, and that makes me happy. So I am going to take, I think my smallest today, oh, come here, will be here. That's my smallest. Then I will do this guy, wait, yeah, right here. So we'll have a couple there. Then we're going to bring up the size a little with this guy. Now this might be a card where I add more than I normally would. I don't know. This is going to be so cool to have. Oh, hold on. We're getting a little wild here. Come here, pick you up. I don't want to cover that. Well, I want that spatter to still show. And then maybe come down a little. I like the idea, and normally I don't do this. I don't do more than 5, but today's a special day, and I might need to do that as soon as I find that little millimeter. There we go, like that. I may do that. Actually, that needs to go right there so that we can have a little trail going all the way down. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I might have to do that. Oh, Cathy Z, I just got my Empress Mini last night. I love it. And it looks like the mama had a baby. You know what, Josie? I am thinking about getting an Empress Mini. I really am. I think there's potential there. Because I don't know. I don't need it. I love this card so much. And again, this is why I love card making. Because I get to feel good about something I made when everything might be going swirly around you. You can sit down and make a card. I wish I could send this to one of my friends, but one of you is going to go home with it. So that's that. That's why I love it. That's why I love card making. Okay, so I'm going to use, well, I don't know. Oh, Cathy, you had it all set up. All right, come on back. Well, things happen. See now, look, they all flipped upside down, or they all flipped cup down. Okay, we're going to be okay. Just use the tools in front of you. Don't get crazy. That, my friends, would be edited out of a video. You know what? I could go right in there too. Kind of fill in that little space. That's what we're going to do. See, it's going to be better than it was to begin with. But you know what we're going to do because of what we just did? Magnet. Magnet. Hold it and nothing will move. Okay. Okay, the air just blew that. And boop. Little guy there. Boop. Now, one thing I like about this tool is that if you're doing cupboard kind of sequins, you can use the tip to flatten them out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we had an oops on the boops. Thank you, Joan. We had an oops on the boops. I don't think truer words were ever spoken. Okay, magnets are our friends. Okay, let's get you guys here. And little dab, don't need much. Boop. Oh, that's working great. Boop. The stellar sequins have made me fall back in love with traditional sequins because they have the fractal, like there's the 5 corners, or yeah, it's 5. They have the bend, and so they do have a little more light reflection than confetti. I mean, I maybe used confetti sequins for 6 straight years, but now I am learning the joy, oh, get down there, of the classic sequin. What comes around goes around. Thank you, Tracy. Well, you know what? Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. It's very nice. Because you know what? We hear a lot of the mean things, negative things sometimes. And it's nice to remember we just say something nice to people and you make their day. So thank you. I love it. This is done and it's making me so happy. I am going to do the second card because, you know, I'm here, I'm live, I'm not going live tomorrow, but oh, you know what else I really like lately? These guys, the glass board that sit on the side, I like that they have pour spouts and make cleanup easier. I think I have these linked. I have a set of, well, maybe I don't, but there are things I use on all my videos that usually are on my lists, but sometimes I forget. But that is the card. I mean, so you've got a little spatter, you've got those simple pinks. There's a very soft blend. I mean, it's a very subdued kind of feel, but I really like how that turned out. And I love that curve. I think that's so pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna set that aside and we're gonna move on to another card. And this one I think will actually be a little simpler. Now, you probably, well, you may or may not know this, but of course you know this. There's always sample cards at the Altenew website. On every product page, you can see the beautiful cards that people create. And oh my goodness, there's some makers out there that are so talented, that like inspire me. And I think, I wish I would have thought of that. But the card that I'm going to make next, I am going to try to emulate a card that I saw. And I want to say it was Michelle Short. I think she's a British content creator, card maker. And I'm going to do something similar to what I saw her do. So we are going to blend again. And this is the Posh Petals set. Let me zoom out here. And this too, this is part of the Build a Garden. And this is a smaller set, right? This isn't quite as big as some of the other elements. I'm going to put you right there. But you can also become a subscriber to this. And when you subscribe to this one, I think right now it's like a $10. If you become a subscriber, that's just all the time. It's not a special. It's just Altenew gives discounts when you subscribe to the program. So of course you can cancel at any time, but you know, they're fun. So we're going to use Posh Petals. I already stamped and cut out a number of things. And I am going to set that aside and open the stencils. Okay. Oh, there it is. There's the craft catcher. Thank you, Beth, for linking that. It's just nice for sequin cleanup. Okay. Now, let's get our big mat out again. And we're going to add some colors. So for this, I'm going to use the exact same greens for the leaves, but I'm going to go with more of a blues and purples, or purples and a little blue for the flowers. But the cool thing about these flowers, and can I show that here? I think so, is that it's not meant to fill in everything perfectly, even with the stencil. So you can see here how this design, it leaves some white, like it doesn't cover everything exactly. And I think that's really cool. At least that's sure what it looked like to me. So we're going to find out, and we're going to pop that down, take our stencil number 1, and I don't know how much masking I will have to do. We'll see as soon as we get these placed. Okay. I'm going to focus first on the petals, and then I guess wherever the others fall, they fall. But we have some leaves happening. We have you just start moving it around almost like, I don't want to say an operation game, but you know what I mean? It's like, there we go. Okay, we are sealed and we are going to use some pretty colors. So I have some pretty purples. I'm going to use a little soft lilac. I have lavender fields. I have a little deep iris. Oh, thank you, Maggie. Thank you so much. Maggie sent me a fun little treat too. Hey, Maggie, I'm so sorry. I didn't notice that at first. Got to make sure I acknowledge the super chats. And again, thanks for being here and joining me. I'm looking at the screen around my microphone so I can see who's all here. Okay, we need the purples. So I'm actually going to take a brush that has very little on it to do my my light color. But we need the masking. So again, this is why these are fun. They come, I think there's even another one, and I'm not sure if I have all of them. But again, rather than a Post-it note, you just go tack, tack, isolated. Tack, let's do this one. Now, sometimes if you get in the way of your actual, where you put your ink pad, you may have to bring in another little guy. Like here, I'm not going to be able to stick that, so I'm just going to keep, I'm going to keep one right there, okay? And we're going to bring in a purple. Okay, all right. How are you doing out there? Blending and bringing in this pretty color. Just going to keep it kind of soft because I am going to use some smaller brushes here to bring in a little detail at the base. Just blend. Honestly, I could probably just do these kind of floral blends all day. It's very fun to do this and watch a movie that you've seen several times before. Okay, so there's that. I need a brush that I can use for dark purple. I think I'll just grab a fresh one. I have a few brushes in my collection. Trust me. I got the things. Okay. Now we're just going to come in here with Lavender Fields, kind of deepen it up. Do some up here too, just so they kind of feel like where those little illustration lines are, they should be a little darker there, right? Okay. Lovely. Gonna let that sit, and maybe a little right in there. Okay. Let's lift it up. Hey, Dana. What are you doing here? Well, hey, Sylvia. I'm just noticing people. You know, I probably should look at the chat more, but if I do, then I feel like I'm not gonna get through. Now this little friend here also needs to be purple. So while I am here, I don't think I need to worry about masking. I'm just gonna do a little soft lilac there. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of that Lavender Fields. Now trust me, I have made some mistakes when I'm doing these kind of things, but I think I'm correct there. Now, that right there is, just want to make sure, you have to look at your stencil, that's green. Okay, so now we're going to go like this, cover that right to the green, like, oh, come over, like that. And while I'm here, I'll just do that, okay? And also, yeah, Jelly, thanks for being here, because sometimes it goes a little long. And I try to keep it on a fast pace, but you know, I don't know. But yet at the same time, I just like crafting. I like chilling. I like taking my time. I like doing, you know, whatever it is I'm going to do. And right now I'm going to add this green. So I'm working with that exact same palette of green for the leaves, because I do love these colors. Coming in here. This card will be a little faster, I think. I could be wrong. I'm going to do that. And I will grab that darker green and a little mossy meadow, like that. All right. Also, while I'm doing this, I wanted to remind you, if you're just joining, of the promotion today for the anniversary, and that is these pockets, storage pockets from Altenew, 50% off. So if you're not organized, you can be, and it's nice because these hold a lot, and you can get your stamps and your dies and all that good stuff in there. So I also wanted to say, does anyone know what that ink storage unit is in the background? I think those look so good. It looks like it might be stamp and storage in that picture, but I don't know. But I love how it's like you can, it looks like an insert, and that you can put that probably in a calyx unit. I could be wrong, but I know things now, you know. And I think that looks like a beautiful storage because it keeps all four together. I have behind my head, I use a Stamp and Storage Can you see that? No, you can't see it. I use a round friend to store all my fresh dye inks, and they're just it's a wonderful tool, but I like the idea that you could put 4 together so you never forgot what goes with what. Anywho, okay, I need spritzer and cleaner and brushes and cleaner. All right, so yeah, we're gonna clean this off, and oh, we still have a little green over here. Sorry, missed that part. Now, I covered you up. There we go. Let's get that other green right here. Misty Sage, like that. Maybe a little darker at the base with the Misty Sage. Okay, and whatever's on my brush here, like that. Okay, that layer is done. And now, yeah, the round storage is kind of cool, and I just got, and this was actually sent to me from Stamp & Storage. There's an extender now for the round ones, the freestanding ones. And the reason that's kind of cool is you don't have to buy another whole thing, but it gives you room for, I can't even remember how many more, but it's a lot. Ooh, that's looking good. Okay. And you just put it right on top of the other one, and it's good to go. Good to go. But yeah, I think it's some kind of insert, possibly. Maybe you will all have already figured that out. Is it Mindy's? Is that what she uses? I don't know. But I do like my inks to be out. I like access, you know, I don't like it hidden. I like open storage because for me, that just, it says to me, okay, that's where that is. And if it's out of sight, oftentimes it's out of mind. I have some inks in the closet from Simon Hurley that I'm sure are great. I just never reach for them because, you know, I'm always, yeah. I'm always looking at what's right in front of me, or, you know, everything behind me, not in front of me. Okay, let's get to the next one. So this will take me a little bit longer. So here we have 2, and I'm going to get you guys coming up here. So these parts are going to get, I might need to move my inks now. I tried to keep them all stuck here, but there we go. We need a little more room. So you guys line up. And again, it's just, you know, you're just moving it and shaking it until you get it in place. And sometimes I'll just start with like those center pieces there. That's there. I do want it to stay all in there. So that is just that part, because that's where the line is. So that makes it a little easier when you're like, no, I gotta pick it up again. I don't have to worry about what's underneath. I'm gonna do the greens up here. There we go. Come on now, just greens. And you guys there. That's the one I don't want to go out of. Forgive my head. I have to look straight down. I am a straight down card maker. I miss the days when I used to be able to stand and craft because I sit and craft. I think that is not necessarily the best for health because I swear to you, gained more weight since I've been a sit-down crafter. I don't know if there's a correlation. All right, we're going to bring this up like that and that. You guys here. Like that. Anyone relate to that? Sit down. It could have been all the potato chips over the years, but you know, I'm going to do better. I'm doing better. I got a new shirt and everything. Okay, I think that is going to look great. I want to leave a little variegation. Now we can move to the flower layer. So these just kind of separate your layers, and that's actually nice because that requires a little less masking. However, clean off in between because, you know, you don't want to take your green into your purple. It'll just kind of look weird. So we're doing that. We're doing that. And wiping that clean. Now we just focus on more of these. Get them lined up. Oh, good, because then I can do that little darker green. All right, and again, mask where you need it, seal it. Take my Mossy Meadow. Maybe I'm not using green opal. Well, no, we'll see. I'm going to take you here, and I don't need to worry about masking because this is going to be easy peasy breezy right there. It's not going to overlap. I do need a little bit here because that is a green. We'll just get you right there. Okay. And I think those are all flowers. Okay. Just have to double check yourself, you know. Okay. Now I'm kind of running out of things to say. I told the story about Pound Town. Wait, I'm gonna have some more coffee. I forgot. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I sit when I craft. But I always stood as a scrapbooker, so you know, you don't know. Now, I think for this next layer, I'm gonna go Lavender Fields into Deep Iris. So let me get you. Okay, do a little tap off, and then we're just gonna blend that out. Yep, liking this. I think is there two? Looks like there's two more layers. So this one might have more layers to it, but gotta ink that up a little more. There we go. There we go. But this is gonna really make the blooms kind of come alive, getting those layers in. And you don't have to do it with a, what do you call it? A pen. That's my favorite part. I should get a shirt that says I love not coloring because I love stenciling. But sometimes when I color, I feel like I slow way down. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in the Deep Iris. I'm going to grab, you know, I could probably use this now. Okay, don't mix them up, Kath. Deep Irish, or Deep Irish. When I was working on my supply list and I kept typing in, I kept searching for this color, Deep Irish, and I couldn't find it. I'm like, wait, they don't have this color? Kathy, it's Deep Iris. It's not Deep Irish. How many of you out there would consider yourselves to be Deep Irish? I'm curious. My hairstylist, who has been cutting my hair since I haven't had it cut in a while, but he's been cutting my hair since I was pregnant with my son, and he was convinced, I was adopted. He was convinced that I was Irish. He said, your hair, he goes, I cut a lot of hair and your hair is very Irish. I'm like, what does that even mean? Nope, not Irish, not a drop of Irish blood in me. Okay, I think I just want to build some of that depth. I think that's good. He said my hair was just so dark and so thick. And, well, there you go. Deep Irish would be blue. Okay, I don't even... Wait, wouldn't it be green? Thank you. Sylvia's throwing up some clovers there. Green. Okay, now we have that layer done. It just kind of comes together. It's kind of magical. All right. Oh yeah, we're you know what? We're gonna be okay. We're doing fine. And if you have to go, you can always come back and, you know, just see what happened later. I will post pictures. I will do supply lists that are accurate. But see, now there's supposed to be some white in there. And I love that. I love that. Okay. Beth, I would like to go to Ireland. My daughter went there recently. Well, last fall. Just had a lovely time. Just said it was just a delight to go there. And yeah. So here we go. We're going to get more. So, okay, wait. Doot. Your leaves are over here. So again, you can line up the outlines too. I'm not really doing a great job with that, but these all have etchings. It's hard for me to see them, but I'm just gonna go right there. Okay, again, grab that mask and go here. And this one, I'm bringing in the green opal because I want this to have more darkness. Did I grab a small brush for? Yes, I did. Okay. So that gives this that little bit of variegation coming in there, looking good. Yeah, yep. Beautiful. And then there's a little piece. Nope, I got that. Okay. I'm gonna wipe this off. Pop you there, pick you up. There will be more green in stem, but here we're going to clean it. Again, isopropyl alcohol, just great. She did not go to Northern, well, no, maybe she was in Dublin to start and then went to the West Coast. So I don't think they were in Northern Ireland. I'm not 100% sure exactly where they were, but she loved it and said she would love to go back. My husband really wants to go there. And, you know, I don't like to leave my house, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to take a smaller square here just to cover up this part. All right, right there. Okay. And these are all, that's green, that's green. Let's do the green while we're looking. And I'll be very careful here so I don't get into that little area of purple. I need more green depth here. There we go. I'm going to pull out Mossy Meadow. Okay. Need that. That looks good. See, also with the smaller brushes, it's pretty easy just to get into those little green parts, and you don't have to worry that you're going to go into all the other mucky parts, like mess them up. You're going to keep them nice and pristine, and they're going to look great. Okay. And then moving on. I don't know, Cork, I'll have to ask her. You know, I could ask her. She's on vacation this week. She is she's going out of town. So, all right. Now, I need to bring in Lavender Fields again. Oh, don't do that, Cathy. Just do this. So this has, you know, we have to spend some time here building this up. You guys here. And then I'm going to get the darkest color. Well, I guess that's, no, I may not. I may just keep it right there because look how nice and dark that is already. I think. Oh, nope. See, you got to stop yourself. I think that's good. Okay. Take a vacation. You know, I don't know. We took a vacation. Oh, this is looking beautiful. We took a vacation to Europe a couple years ago, not last summer, but the year before, to visit our friends who live in Slovenia. And that was a big deal for us. Like the last time we had taken an international trip, 2006, New Zealand, the North Island, if you will, and Australia, but just Sydney. I was teaching at a scrapbook event. And that was the last time we had taken a trip like that. So it was a big deal. It was really, really, really nice to travel with my kids. Yeah, we really had a good time with them. Okay, now I need to make sure, wait, why am I blanking? Oh, we need to get more creative with our spacing here. So this guy is here. Now we need to fill in these greens. So, but it was wonderful. We rented a house, an Airbnb, and I highly recommend Slovenia. It's a wonderful country, especially if you have friends who live there and you can hang out with them in the city and they know where to go. It's very easy to get around if you don't speak Slovene, which very few people I know do. but it's a lovely little gem of a country. And you can pop over to Italy and you're there in a heartbeat. Everything's so close. But that was, we've only done a couple trips like that. And then we went to Disneyland once, which I loved. I loved Disneyland. I don't know. My husband's like, yeah, that was fine. I'm like, you don't get it. It's so fun. The kids loved it. Your mama loved it. Meaning me, mama. And I really did. Okay, I think that looks good. We're almost done. And then the card's going to come together really easily. Oh, Lisa, yeah, it's a great... Oh, I didn't take that off. There we go. It's beautiful. Beautiful country. Small. Fun. Okay. But you know, I'll tell you another story. We're almost there. We're in the home stretch. Last night, my daughter was over because we had her cat from the night before. She had to do something and wasn't available at her home. And she was reading this thing that she follows, this little app she uses. Oh, I see. So we can add a little more depth here if we want. Wait, what's happening? There we go. And she asked us both a question. Where right now in our lives are we finding joy? And so my husband and I each, took our turn. And I said, my answer was, I find joy every night at the end of the day when I get into bed and I go into my little room. Because Dan and I have separate rooms, and I think we should normalize this because I snore, unfortunately. He snores, unfortunately, and we can't get a good night's rest together. But I feel so much joy when it's time to go into the room. I shut the door. I have nothing on my walls. Dan painted this beautiful neutral color in my bedroom, and I just sit there and I pull my comforter up. Oh, speaking of comforters, I pull my comforter up and now I have something very special in there, which is a quilt made by my friend Ian. Hi, Ian. I'm good. How are you, sweetie? He made me a beautiful quilt. It's so awesome. But my joy is just that peace, that end of the day, quietness, peacefulness, watch whatever show I feel like watching this. And it's really nice. And I know a lot of people who have separate rooms, and it's fine. I adore my husband, but I don't want him to sleep next to me. I'm working on the snoring. I'm trying to do some things. Number one, like lose some weight, but also other things. Now look at that bloom. Gorgeous. Yes, Ian, my friend Ian, who is Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. If you like to quilt, follow Ian. He's a delightful human, and he has a podcast. I was a guest on his podcast with he and his friend Becca from So Becca, and they're awesome. And Ian couldn't believe that I didn't have a quilt of my own. I have a beautiful quilt that he sent me that's a pride flag, like the full pride, and I hang it. That's the only thing I have hanging in my bedroom. But he made me a quilt, and it's next level. In fact, Ian, my sister-in-law, could not believe it. She's a quilter, and she was just like, that is amazing. So, yeah, I love it. And I take naps with it. Because Ian had said this, it's so sad when he sees people who, they have these beautiful quilts that are tucked away in their closet. It's like, no, you have to use them, right? And yeah, so I think my quilt is amazing. Okay. And I've been napping with it because it's very heavy. It's very heavy. I shared it on social media too. I shared a picture of me all wrapped up in this quilt. And I never say never. I may get into sewing someday. That I know a lot of us do. Someone earlier mentioned Nicole Spohr. Like I know she's a really amazing seamstress and sewer. I may have to try it someday. Okay, let's make our note card. This I'm not going to do as many fancy things, but I'm going to spatter. So we're going to spatter again, and I'm just going to score this. And I am going, now here's what I don't know though. I am going to fold it. Oh, I forgot to stamp the back of my other card. I need the wider, flatter one. Where did that go? My Ulta new one. Oh, well, it was here. Okay, we're going to get that down. I forgot. I love it. I love my quilt. I love both my quilts. Okay, stamping, doing that. We're going to take a little low tack tape. Okay. Mary Sharvey, you're very kind, but let me tell you something. Why does this look so good? Because Altenew graphic designers figured this out for me, and that is the thing that I love so much. I love so much. Okay, so what I want to do and what I saw Michelle do is we are going to have this based on the bottom because this is a celebration of white space. So let me get my box out. Let me get my little liner, okay? You know what? Do you know what would be amazing to use for a liner? Oh, Beth, maybe, and I know, Beth, you'll message me and you'll tell me exactly what I should be doing. But I have so much 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper that I don't use. It's in the basement, and I could have a perfect size to line this from top to bottom. You know what I mean? I might have to look into that. Okay, but brush, where did you go? Oh, that's weird. Did it flip out of its container? No, it's still here. Okay, we're gonna do black spatter on this because that makes sense, right? And this one, we're gonna repeat. We're gonna rinse and repeat. So let's get our little guy here. Oh, clothing. Yeah, now my mother-in-law quilts, my sister-in-law quilts. She made an amazing quilt for my daughter when my daughter graduated from law school. And it's like, I don't know where she found the fabric. It's got like law, like legal kind of terms, and then all these women of many colors, and it's the most beautiful thing. But I think to myself, I could learn. Ian and Becca both told me, Cathy, you know, Ian didn't start out by making, you know, a full queen size quilt that has all these beautiful colors. You know, everybody starts somewhere. It's just like card making, you know. I didn't start out doing what I do now. I've learned a lot in 7 years, 8 years. It's been a while, and I love it. Oh, I've already got, oh, yes, okay. Let me just focus on spatter. Tap over here. I know I just got a little on there, but we're just gonna say, we'll have a few like that. I want to preserve white space at the top. That's it, okay? But yeah, that would be a great way to use crafty paper that I don't use. I would not be able to, I tried knitting and crochet once, but my wrists and fingers do not like that. They're like, no, Cathy, no, we're not gonna do that. And my husband absolutely hates the sound of knitting needles. I used to bring, see, here's the thing, shared spaces. I used to bring my knitting to bed, and my husband said this is what it sounded like. And he said, I can't sleep. So, you know, and now I can do whatever I want in my room. I can do whatever I want. Okay, which is usually just watch a lot of Netflix. Now, I am going to bring this. Now, again, I'm going to give these cards away to one of you. If you like, there's a link in my description to my blog post. You can find the details about the specials today as well. And that's going to be all over for you. And yeah, like I said, there's a link in the description. I can't pick these up with, you know what? Just dump them. There we go. I'm going to double these up. I think I might do Hello Gorgeous. I love these little greetings. These are from the stamp set that I used. And this is also in the Posh Petals. There's those greetings. So they're just good generic greetings, but they're also kind of cute in their size. Okay, you know, I mean, back in the day, yes, but you know what Dan has said to me recently? Like, sometimes he'll say to me, because he gets up far earlier than me, he's like, yeah, you were sawing some logs last night. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I bought a snoring app, and I'm tracking my app. And no, I do not have apnea. I just want you all to know that. But I definitely have snoring. And I don't love that for me. I don't love that for me at all. Maybe I'll do 2 and I'll decide. Here we go. My dentist actually was the one who said, you need to get a snoring app. You need to figure out what you're doing. And I'm like, okay, I will do it. And oh gosh, no. And I was kind of shocked. But there you go. I even bought a special pillow. I might get a mouth guard. All those things, because we don't want it to develop into an apnea. Well, there we go. You didn't know it was going to be a medical show at the same time. Maybe I'll do thanks as well. We're almost there. Oh, well, 2-hour live. I have seen people leave comments on my live streams, and someone a couple weeks ago just left a really useful comment for me. And it's great because I read every single comment. I am not a person who sits back and doesn't look. And I thought this was really good. They said, too long. It's like, thank you. Thank you. That is so useful. Too long. And on those kind of comments, I just reply with, thanks for letting us know. Oh yes, and I will be talking to my, thank you. I will be talking to my regular doctor too, when I have to get my anti-anxiety medications renewed every year. And let me tell you, you can pry those out of my cold dead hand. I will talk to her about all the things, because you know, I'm 60 now. I have to pay attention to these things. You know what I mean. Okay, let's get our card. And what we're going to do is, Ingrid, she just said my video was too long. Now I'm going to flip this because I don't want to have anything mucky. And I'm just going to cut some tape. Just going to cut some tape. Scissors that are cutting the ones of the deal with the deal. There we go. All right. We'll get a big chunk in the center, like here. Just enough to give it that shadow, because I think it's really nice. But yes, this is completely inspired by the card I saw in the sample at Altenew by Michelle Short. She's really, I love her cards. She's clean, she's simple. Beth or Emma, remind me to link her YouTube channel, because I've watched videos from her. I love watching British content creators. You know how we love their accents. We don't have an accent where I live. That's a joke. Oh, I had an idea. You guys, I had an idea. You guys, hey you guys, I had an idea. And I actually thought it was pretty good for a die, because I was looking at something where it had written the word OPE, you know, OPE. That is a very Midwestern thing. I say it now. I did not say it growing up. I said, oops. I think I'm going to have to make an OPE word and shadow die. I just want you to know that it might be, I might have to do it. I don't know. Maybe that would be a perfect thing for later in the year for Stamptember. Okay, I'm just filling in some spots strategically. You know what? Yeah, maybe that person had too long a day, but just the too long. Oh my gosh, there was another that someone left once that just said no personality. That's great. Thank you so much. That is so helpful for us. Please come again. Okay, that I think is enough to support what I want to do, which is I just want it here at the base, and I'm going to cut these things off the sides, and it's going to be great. But you know what? I don't want to cut this on a paper, I'm going to show you what I want to do. I'm going to cut this before I adhere it, because I would rather have that be right out there and straight. I'm rolling the dice here. I think that's about what I want, because I don't want to cut that on my paper trimmer. So let's see, is that going to give us what we were looking for there? Yeah, I think so. I think that's cute. Okay, I may put just a tiny bit of foam there too, right on the thing. Okay, little guy. All right. Yeah, she was commenting on the live stream I did with my hubby. Now, I never told him that because I didn't want him, I think she was referring to him. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's the sweetest man on the planet. He is the sweetest. Sure, he can be annoying as all get out, but he has personality. He was concentrating so hard on that night that we went live together. He was so proud of himself. Okay, let's take all the backers off. We're in the home stretch. Listen, people are going to say what they're going to say. They're going to say. And you know what? That's, but I think it's better to try to put a little positivity into the world most of the time, if you can. And I appreciate every kind word. And yeah, Ian, it's some people, I know there are people out there who stopped being content creators, not people that I knew well, but because of the comments. And it's like, man, just, you know what? Let's spread a little love. Put a little love in your heart. Wasn't that a song? Dun, 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 dun. You know what song I'm singing. Put a little love in your heart. I can't sing during a video, though, on YouTube, because I swear to you, the algorithm, it picks it up and it says, you have used something without permission. So no singing and no music that is not royalty-free. Okay, here we go. Mindy. Hey, Mindy. How are you? How are you, friend? Okay, just a little liquid. Again, the reason I do this is because I want to have a little hydroplane effect so that if I have to shift where I'm placing it, you know what I'm saying? But here, I do know I want this to be flush with a side. So you know what I might do? The other thing about being live is what I like. Number one, it helps to build my confidence for teaching. I don't get nervous doing this anymore. I used to. I used to sweat bullets, but not anymore. And also, when you're in a class, sometimes you don't have the luxury of control of just being free with your time. And what I like about this is I can just go as long as I need to go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm using, you know what? Do I want it to be over a little more? Gosh darn it. I feel like I might. Is that not over? Like, is that? You know what? I'm second guessing myself now. Like now I'm thinking, should there be more bloom? Hold on, I'm hovering. I'm just gonna have to commit where I think it will look best. I think I need to cut off from the side a little more. So before I get too carried away, I'm just gonna take some big scissors and do that. I know I may have just made a mistake, but I don't think I did. Because I want more flour there. Yeah, okay. Okay. We're coming in at the bottom like that. That's what I want. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. Okay. And now let's get our paper trimmer. Well, you know, I could, no. Sometimes I can use scissors and sometimes I can't. Oh, I thought about doing a landscape, but this one for sure, I knew this is, again, inspired by what Michelle did. I loved how she anchored it at the bottom. And that is the crop. Isn't that fun? Do I have time? I could do a design review. I probably have time. And now I think I'm just going to do a little Hello Gorgeous, like right here on the bloom. That's it. And that's what she did in her design. She had a little anchored thanks or love you or something. So I'm going to pop that up. And I'm not going to add sequins. I think this doesn't need it. I think it's just simple and clean. Wait, you've never heard anyone say "ope"? Jean, you know when people are like "ope"? Maybe it's more of a South Dakota or North Dakota thing. But everybody I know here says, oh, and me included. It's so weird. I'm not from here. I'm not from Minnesota. Okay, I'm coming in. I do want to, okay, design review, I'll do it. I do want to thank Altenew for inviting me today to do this live with these beautiful products. There's a new release coming. I think it's Jelly, is it the 8th? I should know this. I should have it committed to memory, but there's a new release coming, and I will be participating in a blog hop this weekend where I will have a video as part of that hop, and I'm very excited because I got the products and they're just gorgeous. They're just gorgeous, but at the very least, you can get inspiration and ideas for all sorts of things. We're just going to put that right there. Oh, I love it. I think it's so cute. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay, so per Jelly, it is coming tomorrow. New Altenew release tomorrow. I'll definitely send out an email. They've been doing all kinds of great promotions for the anniversary, whether it's free shipping in domestic shipping, whether it's promotions I shared a promotion just the other day. So you want to kind of keep an eye out for Altenew in your email if you're on their list to find out what they've got going. So you say Ope in St. Louis. Okay, well, that's a thing. All right, let's do a design review. Let me grab my guy. And this guy is just to, it's just to help. We'll do this one first. Now, I could add sequins to this if I wanted. You want to know why? Let me show you. Oh, shoot. I'm trying not to step on things. I have Mystic Black. Oh my gosh, you know what, you guys? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. You know what? I'm not even gonna put them in my boop dish. I'm just gonna throw them right into here. Get a smattering. Let's just see. Because of like, let's see. I don't know for sure. Let's pick you up and say, what if we put just a couple out here? Maybe there. Couple in there. I don't know. I don't know if it needs it, but because I have the black, could be kind of fun. You know what? Oh, should I put sequins on it? What do you think? I'm gonna have one more sip of coffee, which it's well afternoon, and I feel pretty good. Bina says, yeah, I knew you'd do it. It's really hard for me to say no, but I don't want to do more than 5. So maybe, but see, I like that in there. What if I did just like that? What if I did that? Because they have a little shine to them. Now the boop groupies are saying yes. See, it's really hard when you have the boop groupies. I tell you what, it's, down here though, what if I did do a friend like that? Come here, little guy. Come here. I know you're sticking to the, okay. I mean, it's not bad. Just on the base, not on the flowers or the leaves. Well, I mean, if I slip, no, I don't love that in there. Come on, pick up. I'm not sticking. All right, come here. Now it's like a game of operation. I don't know. I kind of like having a little on the flower because then it kind of, it kind of moves through the thing. Boop groupies voting for 5. Well, if we do 5, then this has to come off. Can't do that. Now, do you see that line that's created by doing that? You could do that. We could do that. I like that little fill-in space here. And this could come in right on that line. I feel like I'm going to do it. I feel like something's happening here and I'm going to do it. Okay, go for that. I don't know if I've ever done a 3-hour live. No, I have to wrap this up and I have to talk about the design. So we'll see if this was smart. Boop, boop, roll or not. It's hard to know. Pick you up. See, when you have the holes, unfortunately, the glue will ooze out and then you have to separate yourself like that. There we go. I've got, oh, I had glue on my tip. Well, you know, but see, the thing is, if you get too far away from, how about that? Just stick to leaves and flowers and maybe only one here. I moved it to appease some of you. Boop. Leaves. Boop. And right down there in the corner. Boop. And that's finished card. I like it. Just had to do it. Okay, now let's do our design review. Okay? Okay. Let's add our grid. And what I want to talk to you very quickly about the grid is this is just a compositional grid that helps me talk about design and where things are placed on a card. And this is for USA 2. I am currently designing a 5x7 one. We just have to get it made. So these have sold very well. People seem to like this. So we're going to do a 5x7 one, which is called USA 7 or A7, which is 5x7. So here, if you look at this, this is a bottom weighted design, again, inspired by a card that I saw Michelle Short do. And everything is down here in this bottom row. It's brilliant to do that. And I can say that because it's not my idea, because it just gives you this anchor, right? And then everything up here is much more open and airy with this balance down here. So this is very asymmetrical design because there's nothing up top. But how pretty would this be with, you know, a pale lavender note card or green, and just like gives you lots of room to write. Of course, we have our repetition of black ink, white cardstock, our greens, and you can see that ink does not fill in every area on those leaves. It's designed that way. So I really do like that. Next, our first card we have here. Oh, it's such a fun card. I love it so much. Pop this on, and again, what we have here is also an asymmetrical design, because you can't just cut this in the middle or cut it in half and have the visual elements mirror one another, right? They're offset. We have the bloom coming off this way. We have the big hugs anchored down here in these two little openings, these little matrices, if you will, these little ninedrants. They're not quadrants, but hugs is centered right on this line. Our bloom, they're really featured on this line. So any time you have this area of overlap, just areas of great visual interest. Anyway, our sequins actually are kind of sticking into the center more. I really like the composition of this. I like when something comes off the edge of a card, right? A pole, what is the pole for? You may be behind us, Andrea, in the live if it's not like caught up to where we are. But here again, we have a repetition, white cardstock and black inks, white cardstock, black inks, the black spatter. That's another part too from this card that has the spatter that picks up with the black. Little sequins. We have that rainbow color. It's reading a little more yellow here, but I wanted it to read a little orange. But that piece grounds and holds the whole design together. So that wraps up a 2-hour live stream. Too long. No, it's not too long. Anyway, I really want to thank again Altenew for giving me all these beautiful products to work with and having our promotion. Again, you can find that on my blog. I'm curious, would you all be interested in another live stream that's a Q&A? Haven't done a Q&A in a while. I definitely will think about that, because there's so many questions that I know a lot of you ask during the live stream, and I don't get to them because I'm trying to stay focused to get some of these things done. So I'll definitely consider that, because that is an easier way. And if I do, I will send out a post on YouTube. You know how YouTube, you can post things? It used to be called the community tab, and now it's just posts. If I do a poll, the poll results. Sorry, that's what you wanted to see. Let's see what it says. This is for organization. Hold on. Okay. Thank you for that. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. The poll says 52% could use an upgrade. Okay, they could use an upgrade. So now is the time to get some pockets and save 50% on them. But for the Q&A, if I plan that, I will post it to YouTube, and then you can put your questions in there. And I'll send you a direct link as well if you're a subscriber to my newsletter. This worked out really well last time because that way I could get all the questions in advance, because it's kind of hard to take them all from the live chat just because the chat goes quickly and you can miss. But I'm going to plan that. It might even be sooner than you think, but look for that. And again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're watching on replay, thanks for coming back. Thanks again to Altenew, and I will see you all back here with another card project soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today for my live stream. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you, so hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a few more videos you might be interested in checking out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.